I believe, unfortunately, it's my personal belief, that Nigeria should split. It's going to be it's a hot cake discussion because many people are paying lip service.
People of my generation believe in Nigeria. We have no doubt about the fact that we have no option but Nigeria. However, I think a few of my colleagues believe that there's no such thing as the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. Of course it is negotiable. Even the unity.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video, Northern elders are finally breaking their silence, and what they are saying will shock many Nigerians. They are boldly declaring that no region should be forced to remain in one Nigeria, and that unity, just like in any family, is fully negotiable. One elder even said, even husband and wife don't stay together by force. But it didn't stop there. From the south to the southwest, most voices are rising, exposing what they call a fraudulent constitution forced on Nigerians without consent. They say the 1999 constitution is a military decree, not a people's document, and that's why Nigeria remains divided and unstable. According to them, our so-called democracy is a lie. Leaders are selected, not elected. Powers flow from party barons, not the people. And unless we return to true federalism and give real power back to the people, this country is heading for something dangerous. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
People of my generation believe in Nigeria. We have no doubt about the fact that we have no option but Nigeria. However, I think a few of my colleagues believe that there's no such thing as the unity of Nigeria is not negotiable. Of course it is negotiable. Even the unity of a family is negotiable. Even the coexistence as a couple of a husband and wife is negotiable. The moment either party feels that this union is no longer bearable, that he or she would rather go his own way, you let them have the right to sit down, consider their condition, and after, and only after, very, very, very careful, rational examination of the pros and cons of going out of the marriage, that they take the decision which suits them best. It's not enough just to say, I don't feel comfortable where I am, so I'm going. Are you sure of where you are going? Are you sure of the consequences of where you're going? Do you really feel that the grass is greener on the other side? If you do, but sit down with your partner in respect, in mutual respect, in love if possible, but without demonizing your husband or your wife, because you will remain always the ex-so-so of the other person. But discuss quietly, in a dignified way, respectful way, so that even if you separate, in the future, you can interrelate with love and with respect. When whoever says, we want to go away, I don't think they realize the going away is not that you carve out a piece of land, take it up, and put it the other side of Ghana. The piece of land will be here, you will be here, everybody will be here. And we all want to prosper. And my appeal to everyone is, please let us be respectful of one another. Let us not demonize one another. Let us respect the views of everybody. And this is where the Sun newspapers, and I know the attitude of my brother Ojikalu, is to create a platform that enables this dialogue, that enables this debate. And look at this collection this evening. It's from everywhere. The awardees are from everywhere. I think this is, and I listened very carefully to the remarks made by the awardees before me. Two of them from the Southeast ended up their remarks by saying, I believe in one Nigeria. I believe in one Nigeria. I presume is a reflection of the fact that they achieved whatever they did because they are Nigerians. And we can all achieve our goals in Nigeria. It's a great country. We are only one part of a greater entity called ECOWAS. ECOWAS is only one part of a greater entity called Africa. And Africa exists in a globalized world. So wherever you go, you will end up being a Nigerian, an ECOWAS citizen, an African citizen, or a global citizen.
I am almost 100 years old now. I was born in 1925. So I'm getting to 100 years. I know what is possible, I know what is not possible. I will not venture into something that I know is not possible. Read the papers. How many people are now supporting going back to regional setup? Where are they from? North, west, south? See, because this is a democracy. In a democracy, everybody has the right to express his opinion. That opinion does not constitute majority unless it is tested. You see, you will have few people who talk about this or that, but what you need to do is to take the totality of the people of Nigeria and the totality of the people who are agitating for going back to regional setup and compare which one is more in number, size, and influence. They will be able to determine whether it's a possible project or whether it is just wishful thinking.
Eminent leaders of conscience, representatives of geopolitical zones, members of the press, and fellow Nigerians. Let me begin by commending the patriots for their vision, their courage, and their unwavering commitment to convening this historic summit. In a nation burdened by silence, convening a dialogue of this magnitude, though not for the first time, and not the first of its kind, is an act of bold patriotism. As the son of the South-South, and as one who has carried the burden of this nation's dream across many decades, I stand before you not just to offer goodwill, but to lend voice to the truth that has often been expressed and can no longer be deferred. This summit is not another routine conference. It is a defining moment. Perhaps it is the last peaceful opportunity we have to confront the fundamental contradiction of Nigeria, that we are governed not by the will of the people, but by a constitution that robs us of our sovereignty. I like to speak frankly to the state of our union, which is fractured but not beyond repair. Our federation is in distress. Our democracy is in disrepute, and our people, the very source of power in a true republic, have become totally disenfranchised and therefore disillusioned and detached and alienated. We from the South-South region join other zones across the country who have agreed that This union is not working as it is. It can only be sustained if it is restructured on the basis of equity, justice, and mutual consent. Now, the patriots have called us for us to examine certain things: the legitimacy of the 1999 Constitution, the viability of our current political system, the path towards restoring true sovereignty to the Nigerian people. This agenda, therefore, is not only the right one, but it is in fact the only one that matters now. We endorse it in its entirety because the truth is this: the 1999 Constitution was not the people's constitution. It was a military decree imposed without the consent of the people. The military suspended the 1963 Constitution, which remains the last legal expression of our people's collective will and agreed terms of condition for staying together. That Constitution, I'd like to emphasize, was suspended. It was never repealed, proscribed, or abrogated. At the end, rather than lift the suspension and restore a legitimate constitution, it was instead replaced with a fraudulent document that begins with a lie that says, "We the people." This document was not even submitted to the National Assembly for adoption or ratification before it was put into use. The people of Nigeria were not consulted, we did not consent, it was foisted on us, and our sovereignty was therefore stolen. Now, let us look at why our present political system cannot work. We are running a democracy where election results are determined not by the ballot, but by various other undemocratic means. Representatives and leaders are selected by a few and imposed. They are not elected. Power flows from the party barons and not from the people. Public service is privatized for profit, to individual profit, and not for national purpose. This is not democracy. This elite authoritarianism with scant democratic decoration on it. And the people know it. That is why voters turn out the minute declines, as we saw in the last election in Lagos. That is why trust in the government is dead. This has been exacerbated by the departure from a functional federal system to an imperial presidential unitary system, which we practice at the moment. Unless we act now, we reverse this situation, the country is bound to go into fragmentation. So we, in consultation with other leaders and the compatriots, a group that I lead, believe the following must be addressed in the new constitution. Sovereignty must return to the people. We must get rid of this unitary system and reinstate the federal system of governance that our founding fathers had agreed to. True federalism must be guaranteed maximum autonomy to the federating units. Cost of politics must be brought down to open space for inclusiveness and real leadership. Unicameral legislature with ministers appointed only from elected representatives must be reinstated. Real mechanisms for accountability, recall, and sanction for non-performing and deviant public officers must also be instituted. Impunity must end, transparency must begin. Elections must be driven by ideas and integrity, not by money. And finally, party leadership must grow from within the party. For this summit to be considered a success, the critical questions that have to be answered are, is the relationship between the nations that form Nigeria working? If not, why? And what new terms can be made to make it work? Is the constitution helping to unite, coexist for people to coexist peacefully and prosper? If not, why? And what can we do to make it work? Is our political system inclusive? Is it delivering accountable governance and promoting national progress? If not, why? And what political system will? If we cannot honestly face these questions and live here with a clear strategy, timeline, and commitment to change, then this summit, with all its good intentions, would not have been as big a success as it ought to have been. This is the right meeting, but what are our chances of success? That will depend on just one thing. Will we confront the hijacking of our sovereignty and do every legitimate thing and legal thing to fix it? If we live here with a clear, actionable roadmap to 1, restore sovereignty to the people, 2, enact a truly people-driven constitution, and 3, reform our political system to reflect our realities, then this meeting will go down in history as the turning point for Nigeria. But if we live with nothing but speeches, handshakes, and photo ops, the tragedy of Nigeria will continue and we will share in the blame. Let us therefore resolve to reclaim Nigeria together. We must not be afraid to change. What we must rather be afraid of is not to change. Nigeria's unity will only be preserved through fairness and justice, not force or fear. And if we miss this opportunity, the next chapter may be one of irreversible fragmentation. I believe, and I know that many of you also believe, that time is running out. Let this summit be a strident call for a new beginning. Let the patriots be remembered as the spark that reignited the flame of sovereignty. Let Nigeria be reborn, not just as a country, but as a true nation. Thank you very much. And history will remember this day, not for what we did, or not for what we said, but for what we were able to change.
But some people say Obasanjo has been able, within the 8 years he was in government, to drastically reduce the power of the North. And I think many top Northerners today don't want to forgive him because he drew the carpet. And as some people say, it will take the North another 25 years to undo the damage Obasanjo has done to the North. But in doing so, he was trying to balance the power in Nigeria. He was able to restructure the army. He was able to restructure many of the parastatals, even though he decided to scrap many of the parastatals, which were the backbone for the Northerners. Many of these parastatals were areas where the North, believed they make. Let me give you a joke. 3 Nigerians, a Yoruba man, an Igbo man, and a Hausa man, were involved in an accident. And they died. Immediately they died. Angel Gabriel appeared to them and look, although you are dead, I can resurrect you if you pay me £5 million. Oh, the Igbo man said, £5 million? No problem, I'll pay it. He quickly paid it. And he just found himself standing up from the accident spot. The angel went to the Yoruba man. The Yoruba man said, about 5 million is too plenty now. Can't you take 3 million? I'll pay you 3 million or even 4 million. The angel says, no, it's fine. He said, okay, if that is the condition, I'll pay. The Yoruba man stood up. The angel went to the Hausa man and said, look. The Hausa man said, Ba wahala. Just send the bill to the federal government of Nigeria. You see, the joke there is that the Northerners depend solely on the federal government of Nigeria, which was true to an extent some years back. And that was what Obasanjo has come to do, to draw that carpet and make sure that, no one region, has the hold of the federation. But with all these diversities, when there is a problem affecting Nigeria, we all unite together.
I won't like to compare leadership of President today or anybody, but I want to talk about leadership generally. Yoruba say, "Degbe ba ma dara látọ̀dọ̀ olórí ẹgbẹ́ yìí." Two, talking metaphorically or figuratively, tẹ́jà bá máa bàjẹ́ látòrí ló ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀. The fish start to spoil from the head. Our women know it. When they go to the market in the evening, they want to buy fresh fish. Once they open the grill, he killed, and it's green. We put it down. Put him back then. There are bad followers, but the leaders make the follower to be bad. I want to confirm that. In my adult life, Akilaja before you today, Akavik Nigeria Limited, whatever where they are, was because Chief Obafemi Awolowo made education free and compulsory in Ondo State. That was how they went into the bush, where my father was a talking drummer percussionist, and say anybody that does not bring the child to school in January 1955 will be arrested. And quickly, my father, although people don't like police, my father brought me to Ondo and I started school. And we are having Akilaja before you today. That is leadership. That is policy. It is because the leaders corrupted the leadership, the followership. The followership lost confidence in the leadership and they become corrupt. Yoruba people say bribery, owo is a shame. So they call it owo. They call it riba. But today, it's owo waju. A typical security man will tell you, you never settle me. If you settle a security man, can he arrest you if you are wrong? So, leaders corrupted the followership to the level that they don't have confidence in leadership, and they are asking for their money on the day of election before they, even if they are going to suffer it tomorrow, they will say, oh yeah, I have gone to campaign, I'm a politician. Children of 6, 7 years, 10 years, a junk only. A junk only. I gave them poster, they are asking me a junk only. If it has gone deep to that level, what is the future of Nigeria? That is my concern. Therefore, leaders, from president to chairman of local government to governors, that is leadership. Even head of family, that is leadership. We should all agree that we have engaged Nigeria in a game of mutual destruction. Now let us join together to now rebuild Nigeria. That is when we all sleep together with two of our eyes closed. I have one English language that I coined. I said today, instead of patriotism, we have pocketism. That's what he said. What is the need for me? In policy making, what is the need for me? In policy execution, what is the need for me? If a contractor wants to come and take money from a commissioner, say your own is inside though. If not, they will not get the contract. So, leaders must come together to rebuild and have good followership. And I have a life experience. I was deputy president, Nigeria Labour Congress under Adams Oshomole. Nigerians believed in us. We will say Nigerians should sit at home. The commander-in-chief will say everybody should go to work. But Nigerians will sit at home. Children will be playing football on the field. What is the magic? Is trust.
Away from South Korea, or rather from Korea, breaking to South and North Korea, to the Western and Eastern Germany, to common here, Cameroon, that you have the English and the French part that are trying to go away. You know what is going on. So for anybody to be calling for war, or you think you can just separate, it's not easy. I believe in Nigeria. I believe Nigeria will continue to exist. Whether we like it or not, there is a problem. We need to discuss the problem. We are disagreeing with ourselves. We have every reason to disagree. The North, before now, is saying we don't believe in separation. But as I'm standing, I'm telling you that if there's going to be separation tomorrow, the North is ready for it. We are also ready. Let's go our either ways. And I'm telling you this with all sincerity. Northern Nigeria before now do not want to hear anything separation. But as of today, as I speak to you, the North is equally ready to leave. That is number one. Number two, talking about presidency. What I'm going to say might be controversial. You might disagree with it, but it's the absolute reality, and I'm speaking the mind of Northerners. And I have no apology to anybody in this hall on what I'm going to say, though I respect the leaders, elders, and fathers that are here. I duly respect them. But I have no apology to anybody on what I'm going to say. Let's please be serious. We are here for a serious business. Let us not make it a discussion floor if we truly want to do this. Now, talking about rotational presidency, what I thought we should be looking at is credibility, competency, patriotism, nationalistic thinking, the love for one another, and things like that. That is what I thought should constitute who becomes Nigeria's president. Not regional, tribal, ethnical, or any other thing. Please disagree with me, but I will speak. This is why we are here. This is why we are here. Good. Let us discuss the controversy and let us find a solution to the problem. This is why we are here. If you disagree with me, come up and give your position. This is my position. This is the position of Northern Nigeria. So if you disagree, make your position known. Now, let us look at competency, credibility, patriotism, the love for the country to move Nigeria forward. Yes, we should create, there should be a room for discussion. Call it national conference, call it restructuring, call it whatever. I agree that we should come to a round table and discuss Nigeria and discuss the way forward for Nigeria. I agree that we are disagreeing. I agree that there's a problem. I agree that there is, if you like, call it lopsided appointment. I am not in government, so I don't speak for the government. I speak for North.
So guys, you have heard it all. The truth is out there now. Whether it came from Northern elders, South voices, or patriotic Nigerians everywhere, one thing is clear. People are tired of pretending that this system is working. We can't keep calling ourselves one Nigeria when the unity is forced. The constitution is fake and the people have no say. These leaders are not just talking, they are warning that unless we act now, this unity might drift into something we can't fix. But here is the thing, change doesn't start from Aso Rock, it starts with us, with conversations like this, with minds that are awake, with citizens who are tired of being silent. So I am asking you now, not just as viewers, but as fellow Nigerians, what do you think about all this? Is Nigeria's unity still working? Should we restructure? What will you do differently if you had the chance to lead? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. This is not the time to be quiet. This is the time to speak up. Let's build a space here where Nigerians can debate, learn, and reshape the future together. And if you found this video powerful or eye-opening, please help it go further. Like the video, share it with your people, and hit that subscribe button. More content like this is coming, and trust me, you don't want to miss what is next. Thanks for watching, thanks for thinking, and as always, stay awake, stay informed, and stay true to the Nigeria you believe in.